Peter Parker, Earth 616. The OG, the classic Earth 616 Spider-Man, created in Amazing Fantasy number 15, 1962, by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Peter Parker was just a nerdy high schooler who got bitten by a radioactive spider and decided to fight crime instead of, calling a hospital. He's been through it all, fighting every animal-themed villain imaginable, selling his marriage to the devil, One More Day, We Will Never Forgive You, Marvel, losing Uncle Ben again and again, and somehow struggling with laundry, despite super strength. There's even a story where he gains godlike powers, brings Uncle Ben back, and still has to keep saving him from near-death situations. Peter Parker is the heart of the Marvel Universe, the Spider-Man blueprint. Every Spidey on this list owes him big time. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, The Future is Now. Jumping to the neon-lit cyberpunk future, we have Miguel O'Hara, better known as Spider-Man 2099. First appearing in Spider-Man 2099 number 1, 1992, Miguel was a geneticist working for Alchemax, who ended up with spider DNA fused into his system. Unlike Peter, Miguel didn't get a great responsibility speech. He got retractable claws, fangs, and a boss who wanted him dead. He's honestly not the nicest guy to be around, as seen in Across the Spider-Verse. But losing a perfect universe after experiencing it firsthand? Yeah, that would mess anyone up. His world is basically Blade Runner, with capes, corporations run everything, and crime is at an all-time high. Miguel stands out as one of the most competent Spider-Men, balancing scientific genius with a brutal, efficient fighting style. Also, he doesn't do quips, he just insults you and moves on. Miles Morales, Earth 1610 and 616, the ultimate successor. When Ultimate Fallout number 4, 2011, introduced Miles Morales, fans were skeptical. Who's this new kid? Spider-Man isn't black. Where's Peter? But then we read his story. Miles, a Brooklyn teenager, gets bitten by a different kind of radioactive spider and gains new powers like invisibility and venom blasts. After Peter Parker's tragic death in the Ultimate Universe, Miles picks up the mantle, proving he has what it takes to be Spider-Man. His character resonated so much that Marvel folded him into the main universe after Secret Wars, 2015. And now he coexists with Peter. He also got his own game, and a full movie trilogy that redefined multiverse storytelling. By the way, can we talk about how awesome his suit is? The black and red go so hard. Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman / Spider-Gwen / Ghost Spider. In an alternate universe, Earth 65, Gwen Stacy was the one bitten by a radioactive spider instead of Peter Parker. First appearing in Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, 2014, Spider-Gwen quickly became a fan favorite thanks to her punk rock aesthetic, killer suit design, and fresh take on the Spider-Man mythos. Her Peter Parker actually becomes the Lizard and dies tragically, leaving Gwen racked with guilt. Unlike Peter's science nerd persona, Gwen is a drummer in a band, bringing a rebellious, energetic vibe to the Spider-Verse. Also, her dynamic with Miles in crossovers? Top tier. I hope their voice actors get along in real life. Maybe even start dating, because I sense some real tension there. Superior Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus takes over. This one's wild. In the Amazing Spider-Man issues 698 to 700, 2012, Doc Ock, dying and desperate, pulls the ultimate Uno reverse card. He swaps minds with Peter Parker. Peter dies in Ock's failing body, and Otto Octavius is now Spider-Man. But instead of just ruining Peter's life, Otto decides to be better than Peter ever was. It's a fan favorite run. Otto takes over Peter's body and starts living his life. While many argue that Otto's ruthless approach made him a better Spider-Man, few remember that Peter was still in there, watching helplessly as Otto lived his life. Yes, including the spicy moments. Truly a horrifying situation. But when has Marvel ever given Peter Parker anything good? As the superior Spider-Man, Otto is ruthless, efficient, and borderline terrifying. He builds an army of Spider-Bots, takes down crime with brutal precision, and even runs Parker Industries. The story is an absolute roller coaster, and while Peter eventually regains control, Otto proved one thing: maybe Peter really was holding back. Spider-Man Noir, Spidey with a fedora. If you ever wanted Spider-Man mixed with a 1930s detective novel, this is your guy. First appearing in Spider-Man Noir number 1, 2009, this Peter Parker exists in a gritty Great Depression era world where gangsters rule and everything is in black and white, even in crossovers. Instead of science-based web shooters, his powers are more mystical in nature. Oh, and he uses guns. He's basically Batman in a trench coat, with fewer morals and a deep hatred for the Sopranos. Unlike most Spider-Men, Noir isn't afraid to kill. He's less about witty banter and more about dramatic monologues like he's in a Sin City panel. Most of his villains are mob bosses, and the man is constantly one fedora tip away from saying something profound. No wonder they cast Nicolas Cage for him. Spider-Man, Aunt May gets powers. Welcome to Earth 3123, home of the Amazing Spider-Man, a universe so bizarre yet wholesome, you almost wish it were canon. Debuting in What If 23, 1980, this timeline sees Aunt May, not Peter Parker, Parker, bitten by a radioactive spider. Instead of jumping into crime fighting, she uses her powers to make life easier, lifting refrigerators, swinging to the market, and webbing up burglars while scolding them like a disappointed mother. But spider stories demand responsibility, and she eventually dons a homemade costume, embracing her role as Spider-Man. Half hero, half grandma, she catches crooks, and then offers them cookies while waiting for the cops. Her standout moment? Teaming up with Earth 616's Spider-Man during Spider-Verse, leaving Peter both mortified and impressed. Though she never got a long arc, her existence cements her as one of Marvel's most legendary and hilarious Spider variants. Let's be real, if anyone deserves spider powers, it's Aunt May.